Katie Rain has a new song and it's a total bop. It's a bop.
Who?
Katie Rain has a new song and it's a bop.
I mean, it's Katie Rain. What else do you expect? It's nice.
I don't expect anything less than a bop from Katie. That's true. Go check it out. It's on Spotify, everyone, because we are live.
Oh
Hello.
shit! Hi everybody. Okay, hi.
Hello, and welcome to Girlfriend Quest. It's your girl, Alexis Sarah, joined by her girlfriend, Tracy Campbell.
Hi everybody. I'm also gonna be playing Civ 5 today.
Yes. So I'm gonna hit ready here. Yep.
Game starts in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now it actually has a loading screen, I think.
Yeah. We're gonna load. Here we go. Wuzenten. She's gonna make a paper maker. She has Art of War. I'm not even a war person. I just picked her because she's a girl. I just picked one of the girls. Like Spain probably is close to my playstyle, but I don't like the Spanish. Sorry, any Spanish fans. I don't trust the Spanish. I don't like that they have conquistadors.
Yeah, fair. I'm playing Boudica of the Celts, and I don't know history, but when I said I was playing Boudica of the Celts, my very Scottish mother was like, "Yeah," so she approves. That's nice. Earn your mother's approval by playing Boudica of the Celts.
Boudica of the Celts.
Also, I'm just so used to playing her style now. I don't know how to play anyone else. It's just I can create religion from forests.
The forest religions. Okay, I'm starting building over here.
Let's see, where are you? I think we're on continents, so we might be on different continents, but I don't think we're too far apart.
Okay, I'm gonna name this Wish because that is the main topic of today. We're gonna talk about my old webcomic Wish.
We have quick animations turned on for the sake of reducing the stream lag. I see. Nice. I think I'll just settle down here where it's plopped me down.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna build a monument and just production.
It might have been preferable to build near.
I don't want to production. Okay, here we go. Okay, well, I have. Okay, what do I. For that, I need a monastery, and for my gold, I need to make gold. Okay, mining. So I guess I'm gonna open with mining because I have gold right next to me.
Do you? Oh, so you do.
Yeah,
go
ahead. I built right here instead of there because I thought I saw cattle, but I think I was just imagining things. And that would have actually been a better spot to build.
Oh well. I guess I'll back you up on researching mining then, because we're in team mode and you can add together your science points.
Yeah. And we're just playing a pretty easy game because we're just we're just here to talk. I should message Erica and let her know that we're streaming.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well the first two turns aren't usually that eventful. We're just kind of filling out the map, running the barbarians.
Yeah, I just want at least one person up in chat.
Yeah.
I start talking about Wish and stuff.
Yeah, I'll have a hard time reading chat, but you can field that with the chat on your phone.
Yes, I have my Civ screen minimized, so I can still read the chat. I'm a professional gamer girl.
Oh, you didn't tweet out on your main account, do you?
Yes, I did. I quote tweeted it.
Quote tweeting it doesn't. Okay, whatever.
No, yeah. Come join us. Wait, okay, I have a typo here.
Oh.
So there is a problem.
The algorithm is fucked as a game. Oh, I found Mount Fuji over here. That's nice.
Nice. Congratulations on Mount Fuji.
Yeah. Apparently it gives faith, culture, and I'm very colorblind, but I believe that's gold.
Hey, Erica. Welcome to the stream.
Woo.
We're just going to talk about Wish and stuff today. And anything else that anyone asked us about. So I'm just gonna talk old comic ideas, and you all can hear about like all the weird shit I had planned for Wish because I had a lot of fucking ideas. I think I counted it yesterday or the day before, like as like 143 um, different issues of Wish that I had written some kind of story idea for at some point.
Jeez, babe,
Um,
you got the hustle.
I was working on it for years, and I would always, when I had a new idea, I just like wrote it. You know, I'd write at least like a little summary of it.
Mm-hmm.
What are we researching?
I'm gonna go for pottery, I guess.
All right, Harry Pottery. Okay. So yeah, so I had a fucking lot of Wish ideas. First we can talk about what Wish issue 2 would be if it does ever
Yeah,
happen.
you want to catch us up on what Wish is,
Oh
Alexis?
yeah. Since some people on stream may not know, Wish is my first published comic. I self-published it. I self-funded it. I paid an artist out of me and Frankie's own pocket. We worked really, really fucking hard. You know. Oh gosh, should I build a scout or a worker?
Eternal question. I usually just go for freedom and then pick up a worker through the skill tree. But I mean, there's a lot of ground here, so I'm gonna definitely go for scout myself.
I'm
I
gonna
think we
go.
might be in the same continent, so that's nice. Yeah, I'm
Maybe
pretty sure we are.
I don't like building scouts.
That's fair. I don't think there's much for you to scout anyway. Don't worry about it. I
Yeah,
just have more.
I'm gonna build a worker.
Yeah. So, which was your comic idea?
Yes. So I released it on Webtoon. It's a superhero comic about a non-binary Latinx person who dies and then gets revived and gets superpowers. And she finds that she's like part of like a bunch of like she doesn't really like there's not like a ton. It's a very basic superhero story for the first thing. It's like, oh, it's an origin comic, just it's a trans character, and there's not like a big super fight or something like that.
Yeah, the first issue you put out was all like character intro. Um,
Yeah, I was just there to like introduce you to the characters and the setting and stuff like that. And uh, yeah, so the first issue she dies, she comes back to life, and now she has like a girl body when she had a boy body in quotes. We're gonna use quotes.
yeah, this
Right.
is you're writing this for a while before you were identifying as trans yourself, so the terminology itself updated.
Yeah. Um,
It's one of those things where like a lot of us before we quite realize we're trans will just be expressing it for fiction, like, oh, boy becomes girl through supernatural circumstance,
yeah.
and then
Yeah. I mean, in the version of which that was first published, it wasn't addressed that they're non-binary and that
yeah,
she
yeah,
remains non-binary, um, no matter what body she has. But
yeah,
it's a body that is a body that she desires to have, as opposed to the body that she
yeah,
had.
yeah.
Yeah, and like it's she's like buff. She's like a cool buff, but like femme girl who's magic and makes stuff with her mind box.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she goes and beats up some bank robbers. And there's goofs, and she has a girlfriend, and her girlfriend's really cute. And they do a kiss at the end of it,
Nice,
and that's wishes she won.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, also she gets trained by the girl who revives her for a little bit, for a minute, for like a montage. It's like two
Yeah,
pages.
yeah. Also, I got magic powers. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got it to see because it's metal, and I will go with liberty because it gives me workers.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, like Wish originally was very much like kind of like my own internal gender struggle,
Yeah.
where it was like Wish is super strong and necessary to help save the world, but slowly Seth being slowly taken over by the temptation to be a girl all the time. What a totally cis thing to think about.
Yeah. It's like there's a lot of like things with like Ranma and stuff where like a character who has like these supernatural trans feminine elements will be in denial about like actually identifying differently about from any of it.
Yeah, and there were some like true scummy kind of elements to it, which was supposed to be seen critically, like negative. It's a negative thing that this is like how
Yeah.
they base the magic and stuff in it, but it's still like it's basically like if you had a girl dong, then like you wouldn't have magic.
Yeah.
Um,
You
and,
know, you know, you know, you came to terms with yourself and didn't decide to put out something that is completely uncritical of that, unlike some people. But
yeah.
anyway,
Yes, I actually care about people who do, and I don't want bottom surgery. That was one of the reasons that was like a plot point. Is I never thought I could be trans because I didn't want bottom surgery, so I would like think I can't be a woman because I like girls and I don't have a problem with that stuff. Even if I want to wear dresses and I want to be socially seen as feminine and I want to do feminine things and I feel like I'm a girl and I like when people call me a girl and I never ever liked being associated with men. Even though all of that, I never thought that it was a possibility for me because of like just a couple of things and having been in community spaces where true scums were the norm.
yeah, it's like any like back then there wasn't a whole lot of community, and what little there was very it was a very rigid definition
Yeah.
with a lot of stereotyped expectations and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna go for
Um,
Republic to get into start building an extra civilization already.
ooh, that's smart.
Yeah.
I am gonna go for citizenship because I like to build up. I think actually, damn, hang on. Oh, you do pitch a good strategy, Alexis. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I was just thinking like especially because like here I see another pocket of gold. Like there's a
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
good
gonna.
tile over here, right by this place. So before Rio de Janeiro gets to build their shit. I'm thinking if I
Yeah,
can build like here ish, but you can't
yeah.
see.
Okay, we're on the same continent, so we might as well go for some rapid expansion to make sure our borders are touching instead of like this guy over here.
Yeah, I want to try to get closer to you. And you have like Mount Fuji over there, which would probably be pretty beneficial to build around.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's those bandits that are near Mount Fuji.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
I'll deal with them in due time.
yeah, so Wish Issue 2 was partially in production. Um, Tracy helped. What, Seth's skeleton also changed? Yes, Seth's skeleton transforms with whenever Seth transforms. Seth can totally transform herself like totally freely, including her bones. But like her wish transformation changed her her
It's
whole
like
framing. I think. I mean, she was probably the same exact height, so it was probably just like kind of like if you were cis, except the
I think
same.
wasn't it like she got like a new body that was like one of those like deific single gender
Yes,
otherworldly
yes,
races?
that is what it is. Basically,
It was
that's
the Wonder Woman situation type thing,
yes.
but like
It was like a Wonder Woman time situation that I was critical of the fact that it was like an all women society, in so much that
yeah,
they like it was like supposed to talk about how gender like has like an artificial war that is like perpetuated by people like that doesn't actually benefit anyone. So like it was like the boy gender world like does science, and they build new realities using science, and the girl gender world builds new worlds using magic. And like Wish as like a magical, like this is like later shit that I had, but I had, I wanted to have like called like right like that. There's like this scene that you can see like this like painting in like the training montage, and that's like showing like the world that the girl's from. She's basically like a princess, like a starlet, who's the person who revived Wish, is like their magical princess, but Wish is like their prophecy princess.
Mm-hmm.
That's supposed to like come and like change how things work and make them different. But the people who are in charge obviously don't like that, and I wanted to talk about that stuff. And that was before I was like a leftist. I just happened to have some ideas that I guess I would continue to think are good ideas. So Wish definitely had some like big changes.
Yeah,
Over,
like you.
it's time. So basically, when I released Wish issue 1, I already decided to basically reboot it. So a lot of these stories that I'm going to talk about would basically have been cut and only reconsidered later.
Yeah, you would only like included just like quite such like you don't want to like relook at like some of these pictures.
I mean, I don't mind. Like, it doesn't really like I don't get like dysphoria from my old ideas.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's more like taking in like what you know now about community and identity and stuff.
Yeah.
Understanding. Oh.
Okay. And I'm not sure. I guess I'm gonna choose. What are you researching?
I'm hang on. I guess writing so we can try for the Great Library. It's always nice.
Boop. Okay. Boop. I'm sending my warriors to come up chill with yours against those bandits.
Nice.
Yeah, so Wish so basically so that was like the kind of like the over encompassing like big thing, and there was a bunch of other shit like about heaven and hell and about a bunch of other stuff because that's the kind of person I am, and I like anime games. Like, but there's a lot of things I wanted to talk about. Like, basically, every time I had something I wanted to talk about, I would just try to come up with a Wish idea for it. Like, I'm like, oh, I want to talk about how reality TV is exploitative of the people on reality TV, not like the people, not just like the citizens watching it are being exploited, because that's like the general like, oh, are people so dumb? They like reality TV. Where I want to talk about like how reality TV makes people like the people on it act in certain ways and behave in certain ways. So like one of the stories that I had planned like during like the first like kind of arc of Wish, like every time I reiterated it, I rebooted it. That would be a continuing one. But now it would probably be outdated because reality TV isn't really as hot of a topic.
Yeah, it's like, well, the idea of it is moved kind of as like the commodification of like human drama for the mass media.
Yeah, it's
like,
kind of like
we're less about like reality stars, and we're more about like YouTube vlogger drama or something, I guess.
Yeah. So, but basically, there's like a director, and he has like a magic camera that kind of makes people act in the ways and like act like stereotypes and stuff like that. And then I was gonna talk about how like the intersection of how like media makes like people of color look certain ways and women look certain ways, and like perpetuation of heteronormativity. And basically, the guy's camera, like the lens, you're literally getting like a lens of the camera, and like how he is making people act using his thing, and how like he wants to show it to the world, even though you, the reader, would know, like you would get to see these people before they're on camera and after, and also the protagonist Wish is someone you know. So Seth, like basically Seth out of Wish is like, I'll do this because I'm an actor because Wish is an actor character because I was an actor. Wish is a self-insert. Let's just make that very clear.
Yeah,
Was just me. Seth is just me, and that's the reason that Seth never changed her name either. It was because at the time I was still going by my dead name, and I wanted to go by my dead name even if I transitioned. And I changed my mind very strictly. Now I'm like, ugh, I don't like hearing it. But at the time, it was like what made the most sense for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you've had all these ideas and like for like you've had some for different years of your own transition, like your own like understanding stuff.
Yeah. By the way, my shirt says trans rights on it.
Nice.
So I came dressed for success today. Since we were going to talk about a trans thing and Wish's colors are like a light blue. I came equipped for the stream occasion.
Good job, dear.
Yeah, but yeah, and that's one of the stories I really wanted to talk about. Ooh, trans rights. Okay, give me that settler, baby. I have a lot of good locations, but I feel like if I move it here, it might be the best location where I can be. Or do I want a harbor? No, I have a harbor here. Does it lead to anywhere though? No, it looks like it's an internal body of water. So maybe if I like take it over here, I can just enjoy the cinnamon and deers and boar and fish and shit. And do it. Or I can go where the gold is and get some more gold and marble and kind of like and be closer to you. What do you think?
I'd maybe go for the coastline, and I'll go for the coastline below. Actually, there's like this big lake in the middle. Maybe.
Yeah, I have the lake. I'm already part of this lake here. This
Yeah, yeah.
leads into Sophia.
I just mean like maybe there's some other coastline on the left there.
There's coastline up here. Like if you go up to my side, if you look where the cows are and the fish, like that's a pretty good spot.
No, I mean as in there's like uncovered area there that might be a good spot. Like their fog of war is still.
Do you want me to like look over there?
It might be an idea. You do have some nice valuable things up there above your city, though, the fish and the marble.
Yeah.
You just have a lot of good spots. Jeez. Yeah.
I'm spoiled for choice.
Yeah, actually, there's best. No wait, I'm like trying to consider like distances between cities. The best spot. Okay, I've actually found the best spot. I think the best spot might be this floodplain tile next to the deer in the desert area.
Nice.
Because then you're kind of like you're really up in his grill, as the kids say.
Okay, so this floodplain is right next to these deers, and it's next to this desert hill.
Yeah, it's on your side because on his side it's too close to him to build. So it's like yeah, 4 across and then like 1 down to the left from your city.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just like left and then down on your next turn, put it there, and then it's a really good spot to attack him from, I think. Yeah.
You mean do diplomacy?
Yeah, we're you just want to be near him so your diplomats don't tire themselves out going to see him.
Yeah. My arts and cultures can, get to him easier.
Yeah. It's for the proliferation of mass entertainment, actually.
Gosh. And, like, Wish was super, super queer and trans, like, even before I would admit it in myself, because, like, I had literally just a thing about homophobia. like I had like just an issue about homophobia that I wanted to talk about. I was not identifying as gay at the time, and I think when I first came up with it, Frankie wasn't out as bi yet either.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so like I was like basically like some gay guy gets powers and he makes everyone around him gay, and Seth is like super nervous about it for totally cis reasons.
Just everyone's gain. Heads cannon attack.
Yeah, but like they were framed as like not being bad for their like it was like a power that was like that was just like basically the beginning of Wish like there's a like magical artifacts that fell from like the magic world that hit like Wish's reality.
Mm-hmm.
And those like make the super villains of this world, and they just happen to sync up with when Seth got killed and revived. So become Wish. So basically, super villains start popping up around them because they can get these items that like affect them and give them powers. So what happened is basically that this person has this power and he makes everyone gay, and like in the very first draft, because again Frankie wasn't out. Yeah, Frankie wasn't out yet because it was like oh, the character that's totally based on Frankie. I'm not going to say it's not based on Frankie. Fiona is like, you know, meets the person and is gay and like does a sex with Wish, which is something I made like very clear in like the first issue of like the release thing. It's like she's gay, like she's bi, like
Yeah, it's like we don't need a pretense that super villain made us gay. We can just be gay now. I cracked the writer code.
yeah. I mean, the point was that like she was gonna say like, oh, I'm actually like she was gonna come out as bi anyway. So before I was ahead of Frankie times, or maybe Frankie was already out, but like or Frankie was curious.
Yeah.
You know. So let's call this one. I'm gonna call this city that I just made Fiona. Actually, I'm gonna call it Curse. Let's talk about Curse. No, is that too soon? No, I think I'll talk about it. Let's talk about Curse. So Curse was what Fiona's character. That's who Fiona's character is going to become. Who was a anti-hero character that was basically like she has powers and they're natural, unlike Wishes, like that came from her dying, and they're like unlucky powers. So she can make like the worst possible thing happen to things, which basically just is like a general blanket superpower that lets her do whatever.
Oh dear.
You know, like she can like be like, oh, I tied the floor and the electric line falls out and crashes onto you. Like, you know, so she was gonna be like the more like killing is okay kind of superhero, where Wish was gonna be like, you can't do a kill, that's bad.
Can't just do a kill. What?
Yeah, so Fiona, but originally Fiona and Wish were gonna be like sidekicks, and Fiona was gonna try to like operate under Wish's morals. So like they were gonna like work together, but then Wish is gonna get all egotistical about like oh yeah, but I mean I'm like the star of the show though, right? Like, you know. And she's gonna be like, well, fuck, we break up with you. What? Yeah, I break up. and she was gonna go ahead and like do her own thing, and they were gonna be fighting at ends with each other because she's like, you can't kill people, and Fiona's like, oh, I'm gonna kill people. What are you gonna do about this supervillain? Huh, Wish? That keeps mind controlling everyone. That like can just fuck with everyone. You're just gonna keep letting them get away forever? And then Wish is like, yeah, if that's what it takes. I'm not gonna kill anyone. So like Fiona was gonna have a spin-off comic called Curse. I planned a spin-off comic. Yes, I did. That's the kind of nerd I was. Where I was thinking 22 steps ahead of myself in this 4D chest that I shouldn't have done because it never happened. But I did it. Sure did.
It's okay, dear. I've done similar things.
Yeah, no, I'm not like ashamed of it. I'm just being like realistic as a creator now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be here. So I'm gonna get trapping.
I don't like how I have nothing built yet and no improvements. I really shouldn't have changed my strategy to yours.
It's
I'm
okay.
I'm just a robot. I just build near forest and I go with liberty.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. Well, you have my warrior here with you. They're gonna go ahead and heal near Dublin. I have all the resources. Don't worry, I can just give you them in a trade.
Yeah. Hey, you
Okay.
should like buy that Oasis tile next to his city.
Buy tile, Oasis tile. This one here.
Yeah.
Boop.
Ha. You should also buy if you have enough, you should buy the wheat tile because it can
Yep.
be. Oh, there you go. Now he can't actually walk over to me without declaring war on you, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Bye, fucker.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that was what's going on with Fiona. And you're but in like the version that's like the latest version of Wish, it was pretty different, and I don't know that was going to be where it ended up. Because like Fiona was actually going to be useful from the start, where part of the issues were like Fiona felt powerless, and then suddenly she's like, I have powers, and like, oh, but my powers came from my villain parent, like my secret villain parents that like switched me at birth, so that they didn't have to raise me, and then just got rid of the other kid because they didn't want their kid to like live a life in poverty, and then they just dumped the kid that they were supposed to raise when they switched them.
Wow.
Like, and this one go to an orphanage, but our kid will go to this nice rich home.
Wow, that's a convolutedly evil backstory.
Yeah, those parents were dicks. And it was like a whole bunch of things. I was watching a lot of Buffy and Angel at the time. I'm just being real here. Like, there is a real stream for a thing I'm not, like if I ever started doing it again, it would probably be very different from the things that I'm talking about. But yeah, so like she had that stuff going on, and there's a bunch of other like cast of characters that were having things going on. Issue 2 of the stuff that was like after the issue 1 that I released, that I pre-wrote already and is done. Like I have a done version of Wish issue 2. That is just never gonna get made probably. I could, release the script if people were interested in the script of Wish issue 2. It's old. It's not. I don't. Know if it's still like good. But it's most definitely a thing. And so issue 2 was gonna introduce you to Seth's best friend Mercedes, who was based on my best friend at the time. Oh fuck, there's fucking bandits on my fucking shit, and they took my fucking person.
Oh dear.
Okay, can I?
I'm sending my people over.
It's okay. I mean I probably just
Can you buy a unit?
Let me see if I can. I'm trying to click on my city. Purchase. Let's buy in a warrior.
There we go.
Fucking taking my worker, you asshole. Anyway, so like yeah, so the second issue was going to introduce you to Mercedes, which is Seth's best friend, who is like a she's like a Middle Eastern like immigrant girl, but like she's adopted, and she's like cool and nice and bi. So there's some bi rep, and she was going to be in an MF relationship. I'm not going to say it was a positive MF relationship, but she was going to be in one.
Are you getting your? Are you like trying to reach for brownie points because you were always like telling? So are you performatively approving of relationships now, Alexis, for
I
clout?
support bi rights.
Yes, I know this, Alexis.
I'm saying that I wrote like that was just like sometimes I'm like I've never wrote an MF relationship. I'm like oh I have. I wrote them. They just weren't a good relationship. Basically, her boyfriend turns her into a cyborg at some point.
Wonderful.
You know, great representation. Doesn't stop her from being bi.
Didn't stop her from being. I think it's the same thing that happened in Doctor Who. She got turned into a robot, but it didn't stop her from being bi.
Yeah, the lesson of the story is don't date assholes. Like it was because she was based on my friend. She was in a bad relationship, so I was like trying to, like I was illustrating the relationship that like she was in, but you know with fiction.
Fiction.
Um, and I think she's straight identifying, but I was like not gonna write a straight character. I don't believe in straight rights. I do believe in bi rights, but I don't believe in straight rights. So, anyone tuning into the stream or the video, if you're straight, I'm sorry. I just don't approve of your lifestyle, and I don't want my kids to see it. It's just the truth. Sorry, heteros. Like maybe if you stop sinning, then we would have a problem. I don't know. Have you ever considered it? Anyway. I'm like, literally, my best friend was straight. By the way, I don't support straight rights. I don't want to do that. Like, what if some of my best friends are straight? Instead, I say, some of my best friends are straight, and I still don't like straight people. Where the fuck did this bandit go? You bitch, come back here, you coward.
Yeah, they always run. That's why you got to spawn units to chase them.
I know, I have a chaser just like one space behind and can't quite catch up.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
It just needs one more hit, too.
He's gonna hit a forest sooner or later. Maybe. Oh, maybe I can head him off at the pass with my scout. Where the fuck did he go? Move down a space so I can see him?
Move down a space? Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're saying. It's like running into the shadows.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Scout, head him off at the pass. Just like in Team Fortress, probably. I'd never played it.
I've played some Team Fortress, but not a lot. Not enough to know enough to how it works.
I saw a person talking about it. I was like, I'll watch these Team Fortress 2 videos and see if I can get an idea of what's going on. I'm like, I conclude I have no idea what's going on.
So yeah. Anyway, so issue 2 is gonna be like the first like supernatural villain, and it was just about like kind of like theater gatekeeping and stuff like that. Just because you have heteroerotic thoughts once in a while doesn't mean you have to act on them. Yes, exactly. Someone gets it. You know? Like, I believe in straight people's right to exist, but like, can they not act on those urges? Like, just masturbate to it like everyone else.
Welcome to the stream, bye.
What, do you not appreciate my antics?
You can think whatever you think about my appreciation for antics.
You're not a heterosexual, you're my girlfriend.
I know.
If you were straight, I suppose I'd have to support you. Even though this relationship would be very awkward. Like, you know, hey, I'm straight, but can we date? Like, no homo, but I'd like to date you, other girl.
It's better than this, Cal's being pals.
What's better than this? Girls being girls. Yeah, but anyway, so the first issue, the second issue was going to be about like theater gatekeeping because I was very invested in theater at the time.
What's that?
Like just like people being like oh like you're not serious enough about theater, like
Uh,
your acting needs to be like this and that, and also like in the newest version it was more like also like he's kind of like transphobic and stuff because like Seth's out as non-binary, but he's kind of like okay, a them gets to take the role from me,
mm,
you know, because those kind of issues tend to be interconnected. Shitty people tend to be shitty on multiple levels.
yeah.
Um, and like basically just like kind of like you didn't earn it, like kind of like white gatekeeping because Seth's Latinx.
Yeah.
But you didn't like work harder than me. I'm like I did the thing and the person cast me. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Um. What do I want here? That. Yeah, so that was like issue 2, and issue 2 is like villain has like basically the magic power of living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. It's
Wait,
basically
what?
just like he has like a domain, like a bubble of controlled reality, where he can like put you into his fiction. And Wish and Mercedes beat him up, and Fiona helps like at the end. So like something I did with Fiona is like originally she was just kind of like Mary Jane, like kind of like chilling there until she gets her powers. But I was like, oh no, she actively like helps Wish even when she doesn't have any superpowers. Like she's like, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and like hit this person in the back of the head for you. Oh my god, I had that racist issue, didn't I? That one was fucked. I just remembered something.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that one. Let's pretend that one didn't happen. I didn't get released. I watched a lot of South Park at the time.
Yeah, you're gonna talk about a lot of things that you're not necessarily the most modern of your ideas, but you're like, let's not talk about
Yeah, that one is just like me perpetuating something bad. It can be bad sound bites. But let's get to weird and wacky ideas. Let's get to the weird shit I came up with.
it. Okay.
There was a dog supervillain who wasn't like a super intelligent dog. They were just a dog who got superpowers, and they had the power to like control meat, like how Magneto can control metal.
Okay.
And they were like just trying to get all the meat to eat it. And it was like you can't take all the meat because people want to eat it. It was just like, and it was gonna be like, Seth and Fiona's dog ended up saving the day. Like fights the other dog with superpowers, and the not superpowered dog basically like it's mine. Smack in the face with paw. And the dog's like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was taking it from everyone. I just wanted to eat. And that was like was just like, I can't hit a dog. But the dog's using its meat powers to cause havoc. I know, but I can't hit a dog. And then there was the friend zone, which was basically making fun of men who thought the friend zone was real, because in the lore of Wish, basically any idea we have creates a new reality. So all stories and all concepts create a reality. So the friend zone became a collective reality due to the collective belief in the friend zone, but it was like this like weird. It was like this place that men were like getting sucked into as like punishment for being shitty friends. And Wish gets sucked in there trying to help like her like kind of friend that's a shitty guy. She's like, do I have to go after him? And then Fiona's like, yeah, you gotta go after him. And like, okay, I'm gonna go into this portal. Whatever the fuck happens, we'll find out. And inside the friend zone, like the keeper of the friend zone is like a girl who like is perpetually friend zones in quotes people to like fuck with them. Oh no, it was her shitty friend that's a girl. Yes, I remember it now. I remember. She has this friend that's a girl that's like very like self-centered, but like kind of like closetly gay.
Okay.
And she's just like trying to ask Seth out or something. Like it was something like that. Or like, and she's like no, or like wish I forget. I know. Yeah, I was like, oh, wish you're hot. Go on a date with me. Also, you're popular. And then she's like, nah, I'm good. I'm in a relationship because I was monogamous at the time. But I wrote very trans things and I wrote very not monogamous things. Like I wrote about a lot of not monogamous feelings without like understanding non-monogamy. Like there was this girl that Wish did have feelings about, that were like hard for Wish to process. Because again, monogamous relationship, called Feral, and her whole thing is that she was like cursed by a demon at like when she was like a kid. Her dad sold her out to a demon so that he could get more money to gamble more because he was a gambling addict. So she got the demon hand that like thirsts for blood, but it turns out the demon hand is just like trying to protect her, and like. You know, like actually want like right. It's like it was always about like kind of like subverting. It's like things went bad because like the normative way and the shitty abusive dad that she had. Like the demon hand couldn't help but could do bad things because she was in a bad environment. And then her dad kind of forced her to be a villain when she got a little bit older. Because he was like, steal me more money. I need money for shit. And she ends up killing her dad at the beginning of the first issue that she appears in. With the demon hand. The demon hand's like, fuck that. No, I'm done. Like, her and the demon hand are at, like, odds with that. This is, like, one of the issues I rewrote the most because I was trying to, properly write, like, the trauma of it and, like, the scariness and how scary it is, like, for the character. And also how scary it is for Wish to deal with someone, like, because this is, like, the first time that Wish ever dealt with anyone who ever, like, actually killed someone else. Like, everyone else is, like, doing weird magical powers that she doesn't have to, like, she knows it's bad, but it's, like, subjective. It's, like, weird and not, like, concrete, like, the real world shit. And so it's, like, it's this thing that's very hard for her, and also, like, Feral is still, like, you know, like, she doesn't know life, but, like, my dad made me go and kill people and steal things. And I don't even know how to, like, read super good. And, like, that was the main point, is that, like, basically, like, a librarian adopts her at the end.
Aww.
Like, you know, she takes her in because she loved books and reading, and this librarian that, like, at this library that she would visit all the time, like, would always, like, kind of defend her from her dad, but only so much because she only had so many rights, like, to do that. So, like, after the point, she's like, no, sweetie, like, come live with me, you stay in my house. And so this person adopts her, but, like, Feral and Wish have, like, feelings for each other. Like, Feral kind of sees, like, Wish as, like, this idyllic dream of, like, well, like, she's such, like, an idyllic person. Like, she thinks that you can not kill people to, like, make a better world, and she's wrong. But I like that she believes that. Like, to her, like, that is, like, kind of, like, her ideology. It's like, it would be nice, but... So she's like, I'll just kill people for you in secret. And that was kind of going to be, like, her recurring role of, like, when there's a thing that kind of needs to get taken care of, like, Feral shows up and is like... And then they have, like, a Spider-Man Punisher kind of, like, no, don't do it. I'm going to do it. No, don't.
No, but don't, though.
And like, the kind of complicated relationship between them, but, like, she is into her because of those, like, things. And it was also to be like, here's a lesbian attracted to Seth. But, like, how weird, though, because Seth, like, identifies this way, but, like, in the later ones, obviously, it became very concrete that like Seth and Wish weren't like different people; they were the same person. Originally, it was kind of like a dual persona. Like when I Wish, I'm someone different, and I am like it's taking me over, and I want to be me for no reason.
Yami Yugi.
Yeah, basically, it was very like Yami Yugi. Which Yu-Gi-Oh was a thing I really loved, so no surprise there.
Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh is the kind of series where like sometimes weird shit happens to someone and they get their mind all twisted, and sometimes someone just pulls out a fucking knife and stabs someone. I mean,
Yeah.
not if you're in the American dub, but you know what I mean.
Soul of the Hero, which is the card game thing that I've been working on for a long, long time, actually originated in Wish. I had I started working on the concept of the game for a Wish issue because I was going to have a card game villain who was just Yami Yugi, basically, but like evil old Yami Yugi from like the series, from like season 0 times. It's like, oh yeah, I can make anyone play any game with me, and then fight them, and basically, it's this like shitty Yu-Gi-Oh person that Seth plays card games with, who gets these magic powers, and is like, I'm gonna like, fuck you all, I'm so fucking cool, and everyone's gonna see how cool I am and better than everyone.
So like, parasite of Yami, personality of Kaiba.
Yeah, personality of like Bandit Keith. More so. And like he was like very like, I'm gonna like and he had like a whole like audience of like people captive. He's like, I'm gonna kill all these people unless Wish fights me so I can like prove that I'm like better than Wish. Like, come here, and then Wish is like, fine, I'll come and fucking fight you. And they play the card game, and then Wish pulls it out with some like magic bullshit, heart of the card stuff. Even though like the character's like cheating with their Yu-Gi-Oh wizard magic. And that was originally where like that project was coming from, and that's grown into a different project, which grew into a different project, which is now a Magical Girl comic. It's still kind of being worked on occasionally. But yeah, it's evolved. Yeah, so I sometimes things from Wish stick around.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta rework your ideas.
You don't make 124 story ideas, and none of them are okay.
Yeah, one would hope.
Yeah, one of them gotta be a bop, right? Yeah, so that was something that was like going on, and let's see, any other weird shit? Like I can look at my drive and see. Like, so I was doing a lot of like weird shit with the main rival. Okay, let's talk about the main rival to Wish. Which is the Lex Luthor, the Joker, the Green Goblin to Wish. I think it was their name is Network. I don't even remember what gender they are. That's what pronouns I use for them. Yeah. Oh yeah, Seth had a Coke and gay friend because I didn't have my. Like I just named him after my gay friend. Oh my god, I'm looking at this document. It's just literally the same name. I didn't even bother to give them a new name.
Oh no.
I was like, I know a lot of people named David. He was out. And I told him, I'm like, I'm gonna name a character after you. Oh yeah, like Network was the antithesis to Wish because Network was like another trans, but like trans via magic, but character, but like all my negative thoughts.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
The
Like, Network was like the girl me is definitely taking over. Like they were distinct personas from each other, but
yeah,
uh, and it was very much like probably hashtag problematic.
imagine.
Um, where it was like she is like the character in question that I'm just gonna call her a trans girl now, um, uh, for the simplicity, you know,
Can we give her no anti-wish?
anti wish. Her name's Network.
Okay.
Her name's Network.
Okay.
Because her power lets her control people via social media. So basically, anyone who sees her stuff has to obey her command on social media.
You can only defeat her by blocking her.
I think she can well, the thing is once you block her, she has her horde of minions. So it
Hey,
doesn't
did you
even
block her? How dare you trying to skip?
basically she just sends her people after you. That's basically the first major Network fight is against a zombie horde of Network followers that she's slowly been building over the course of the main issues, because she's the end of arc 1 boss who's been secretly giving everyone these magic items to fuck things around because she's into Wish. Everyone's into Wish. Oh, what a weird thing. It's my self-insert character and everyone wants to fuck them.
Yeah.
No one's ever wrote a story like that before.
It was so forced when I did.
Yeah.
I hated it. I was like, is this romance? People just can't be together and kiss at it? Okay, nailed it.
Yeah, so Network's whole thing was it was heteronormative, where the boy personality wants to fuck the girl one and the girl one wants to fuck the boy one.
God, fuck.
Yeah, but it was the more the older I got, the more it was okay, Network, they are the same person and they're just kind of pulling the distinction because they have internalized transphobia and internalized homophobia. So where it's oh well, I can't. So even though and so ultimately I wrote it where the later versions of it was they both want both versions of them and they're both not aware that both are the same person. But they can't get over the heteronormativity of society and the cisnormativity to justify the way that they exist. Obviously it would be pretty ableist and transphobic if I were to publish this character.
Yeah.
But I would like to do them justice. If I ever did do them, I would probably not make them a villain. They would probably just be a good character. And I did have a good character with the idea in my plans. That had a bunch of cool superpowers with each personality, and they were all So I was aware that it was a harmful trope, and before that character was even introduced, you were supposed to know about her Wish's friend that has DID. That is a different character. Yeah, but I don't know. But she wasn't even as fleshed out because I fleshed out my villain character more than the character that was supposed to be just a friend who had some superpowers. And yeah, that was the thing. So I've grown a lot as a person, and it's really interesting looking at Wish to look at the ways that I've grown. Definitely with my own internalized transphobia, especially.
Yeah. I mean, even in the first issue you put out, you saw the beginnings of questioning that and stuff, or not in the beginning. It's but I mean, by that point, when you started it, you were it was before you met me, and when you met me, you still had a period going through yes, I present as girl constantly, but I'm cis though. And it's just, as we get past that denial in ourselves, like we don't have to have it in our stories. It's
Yeah.
like I had to be like, I remember I had like a character that was like, fucking all the kinds of speaks. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And like again, like originally, like Wish was like again like not always portrayed as like a good thing. It was like a struggle for me as
Yeah.
the writer and also Seth the character. Like, going, is Wish
Yeah.
good for me or not? And it was the same exact question I was posing to myself, which is being a girl good for me?
Yeah.
I remember very clearly, vividly framing girl me outside of Wish as this like dominatrix kind of force that was like wanting to take me over.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, me being a girl is this like thing trying to consume me. Like the old me will die if the old me if the new me can live, and she wants that, and that's not good because I'm me, right?
Yeah. There. It's one. It's maybe reflective of one's own struggle with identity and the creation of something new from the destruction of the old that inherently comes with being trans.
Yeah, and part of the like Amazon world too was supposed to be like a place of temptation for her to like go like, oh, like I can come here and be like their goddess because prophecies and shit. But do
Mm-hmm.
I want to like live in the world of man, Wonder Woman? Um, totally original. Like, I had never read a Wonder Woman comic when I was writing that, by the way. Um, I read She-Hulk. That was my main inspiration. It was She-Hulk, The Runaways, and like I read some Wikipedia pages about Doctor Strange. Those were kind of like my core inspirations into Wish at first, like the very original stuff.
Uh-huh.
Uh, yeah, I had other stuff like I talked about like fashion and transphobia in fashion, where it was like Seth wants to like model, but like she can't wear girl clothes when she's not Wish, and Wish can't be a model because Wish is a superhero. And like there's this like thing, then there's like amateur things, and it turns out like, oh, but one of the designers is making like evil monster suits, and then Wish fights it, and that's like a moment where and I was like setting up like Wish and Fiona kind of having like a falling out like from early on, where it's kind of like Wish's own internalized transphobia makes it harder for her to relate to her girlfriend. Again, oh my god, it's almost like it's things that were actually happening to me, where I was jealous of my AFAB partner who was presenting, in a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to wear her clothes and do stuff like that, and I wrote a story about how Wish was jealous of their partner, like getting able to present in these ways. It's almost like I was fucking trans or something.
It's almost.
But I don't know. Who knows? Leave it out on one for discretion.
Yeah.
Um, you know.
Depictions of like characters of your own identities,
Oh.
strange when you haven't figured out that identity. Like, definitely, basically all of my stories I wrote as a teenager involved some like the. It's like, here is wizard boy. He doesn't care that much about gender. Oh, you got turned into a girl, wizard boy. He doesn't care. Wizard boy is now wizard girl. No biggie.
And then, like, I'm talking about a lot of like the ones that are like smart ideas that talk about smart issues, but I definitely had some more problematic ones, and I definitely had some that are just like that's in poor taste.
Yeah.
Or maybe it would work, but like probably not.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably not want to write about it now. Like I had like a magical girl, like not magical girl, but like a big like otaku girl kind of like villain character who's like a big Wish fangirl and like got the power to like make the world like how she wanted it using her like magic like book. And so like Wish became the main character of her manga because like she saw herself as secondary. Like she just wanted to be part of like Wish's best friend because like fandom stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a commentary on fan fiction, but like bullshit because I didn't even read fan fiction. It was like the idea of fan fiction as perpetuated by like, you know, fucking misogynist culture.
Yeah.
Um, but I think like some of the ideas in there are like fun. Like being written into a manga by someone is like a fun idea. But like it's and like genre switching is like one of the main things is like it was gonna switch in like the kind of manga it was because I was a huge anime manga fan. It wasn't like let's make fun of anime being weird. It's like ooh let's pay tribute to magical girls. Ooh now shonen. And ooh now mobile suit.
Nice.
Like I wanted to do like a lot of cool like anime stuff. Yeah. And manga stuff. So that was kind of like the idea behind it. And it was also supposed to be like a moment for like Wish to be living like what kind of looks like her normal life situation, only as Wish because she was written in as Wish and not as Seth, because she has no idea that Wish is Seth. So she was like being in a high school setting because it's a manga. Even though she's an adult, and they're like, "Oh, I'm a girl at school," and Fiona is like cool about it, and gosh,
It's like if a Superman fanboy zapped Superman to a comic, but he didn't know Superman was Clark Kent, so it's just like Superman's hanging out at high school.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's like, Chief Quarterback Superman. It's like, that's not my illegal name, isn't it? It's like, I mean, sure it is. Where's the exit for this place?
This is my contract. I'm just like looking around at my stuff. I'm just like looking around at my things to see what I got. Next turn. Did I have any cool ideas for curse stuff, or was it just like edgy writing because I watched Angel? Oh yeah, I planned on eventually Wish being removed, like no longer being a comic. Like, I had planned for the eventual canceling of my own comic. Because I wanted it to become Wish and Curse. I wanted it to be like, okay, Wish doesn't... It's like because I wanted them to eventually be, like, totally equals. Like, when they're back together, I wanted it to be like, yeah, they're back together and they, like, are totally equal. So the comic is no longer named after the main character exclusively. They're both the main character.
Nice.
I had Curse fight a bunch of like the like more like loserish villains that like were like one-off villains, like the reality TV show guy and stuff like that. I had that as the thing. It was like they formed like a league of villains, but they were like all very unimpressive villains who thought they could beat Curse because she's not Wish. And then she's like, "You guys don't even know who you're fucking with." I had her like start her own like X-Force, like we're like a secret group of people who kill people behind the scenes.
Wow.
Because they're like people that like Wish won't let us fight, like do something, but we'll just do it. We're Wish's friends that basically don't agree with Wish morally, but we're like her friends, so we'll just pretend like that we agree.
It's like if Batman just had like some people in the Super League just like, yeah, he's so non-violent. I love that guy. We're gonna take out the Joker. It's for the it's our versus zone goes. He'll thank us later.
Oh, it was total accident, Bats. We totally didn't mean to do it.
But I was going full blast to like escape this explosion, and the kryptonite just got removed. I didn't mean to like incinerate the Joker. It just kind of happened, So it's a tragedy. It wasn't murder. It was an accident.
Yeah, and that was like definitely very like reflective of like early politics that was like later inform like Lipstick. It was like kind of like the ideas I had for like Curse's organization which was called Well. I don't remember what that stands for. But it was supposed to be a joke because wells are where wishes are. But it's like the bottom pit where you place a wish.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, look at me, I'm fucking deep or some shit. Because it's like the dark part of wish. The necessary evils.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, I wish Fiona was gonna be dealing with like economic issues and stuff. Like that was one of the things. I was like, oh yeah, she moves out to like a different city to go be like an artist. But then it's like I can't fucking pay the bills. And it's like working as like she's like a PI superhero basically. She's like, I'm taking gigs for money. I will use my powers for the express purposes of helping me continue to eat food. Well, I worked out this whole being an artist thing. No, I was too real even then. I punch people for money. Oh yeah, I had basically the item that made like the homophobia thing, where like everyone's turning gay. Basically the same item, it like perpetuates your own like internalized trauma. So like, that's why everyone was turning gay. It's like, okay, I'm not like everyone is, whatever. So like Wish gets the cursed ring and like isn't aware that it's like the magical item that is a bad at some point, and it like perpetuates her dysphoria and stuff, and she becomes like a super villain.
Oh, you mean the source of that dude's power?
Yeah, the source of that dude's power. Because it's not like them; it's like the item that like gave them the power to make everyone gay. It's like a corrupting force. It's like they didn't do it because they thought, "What a great idea! I'll just change people's sexualities." But like the item is like a tempting force. It was like a symbiote thing. Like it makes you strong, but it's bad.
It'll make you strong, but it makes you want to make everyone else in the world work out too.
Yeah, but it makes you want to give everyone else your own suffering.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll call this a feral. And yeah, so that was that idea. Yeah. So basically, it was like, so Wish became dysphoria. Oh, gee whiz, I started finding out I was trans, didn't I? When she wore that, and that was like her villain version. Aru, thank you so much for subbing again. And everyone who's watching, it's September, so it's half off, and Tracy still gets the same amount of money.
Oh.
So if you want to subscribe, it is cheaper now, and you also still give the same amount of money to Tracy. Thank you for welcoming us back. I got engaged, Aru. Here's the ring. We're just talking about my old comic book ideas for like what my old superhero comic. We're just talking about all the like weird shit and like ideas and stuff, and like how like it like affected me and stuff. Yeah, thanks for the congrats. I'm super happy. Frankie is so sweet, and they did the sweetest proposal. It was so amazing. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. What was I fucking saying?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh yeah, dysphoria. So like yeah, so like at that point in time, I was already starting to like realize I'm trans and learn about trans stuff. And so like it was kind of like to, you know, it was very clearly supposed to be a thing where like like, Seth gets to like show off like how upset she is and how like hard it is like for her balancing this like having to live like as Seth and having to be Wish, and like, or what she perceives as having to be Seth and having to be Wish, and like the dysphoria, and then that's when she like really like starts to like actually think about her gender identity. This is one of those things that like happen when you have like stuff over time. Okay, fucking bandits. All right. Oh. Yeah, and let's see. I'm just like looking through the thing. Oh yeah, I know how Wish ends. I had the ending of Wish ready for whenever I would get canceled because I assumed I'd get canceled eventually. I assumed I'd get published and then I'd get canceled. So I was prepared, as all writers should be, for their 146 issue comic series to get canceled. The end of Wish is an apocalypse. Wow, I'm so fucking smart. No one's ever done that one before. Real smart brained Alexis. But basically,
American fiction just likes ending on an apocalypse.
Yeah. But like at least this would have like more build up, I guess, than some of them have. Which is that like the whole time in Wish I had like a plan for like a heaven, heaven versus hell like story plot to be happening in the background, and I got a lot of this stuff also got moved into Lipstick because I really liked the ideas, but I wasn't intending to make them as part of Wish anymore, or like I didn't plan on making Wish anymore at the point I was making Lipstick for the most part. But basically, hell has like multiple devils, and the devils fight for the control of hell once every like 1,000 years or so. And the Archangel Michael is one of the like devils, except that they want to run it like hella biblically. They want it to be Dante's Inferno, where like hell right now is like just like a party central. It's like just where all the cool queers go when they die. It's where all the cool kids are going. Because I had that position in politics for forever because I was like an atheist,
Yeah.
And I was already like, real queer even when I wasn't queer. So.
Yeah, as a non-religious trans person, I understand being a bit flippant about such things. It's like going to hell, like lol. Like you don't get in hell, loser. Ha! Didn't think of that.
Yeah. So yeah. So basically, like Lucy, who is the like the current devil, is like, ooh, Wish, you're a perfect project. Like, you're totally gonna help me beat my sisters, because we're supposed to pick like a champion because we're not gonna fight each other. So like, I'll pick you, and then Wish is like, why? Why would I work with the devil? She's like, first of all, hell's super cool, but if it's not run by me, it'll be super lame. She's like a lawyer in like the human world, and she's like, also, I'll just go ahead and handle all your collateral damage cases, and I'll help get anyone off of crimes that they get caught in that are like your friends. And she's like, fine, I'll fight your war for you. For free legal defense, I guess I'll fight a war. Yeah, and that's like a character that I intended you to meet. Like at the start of issue 2, I was gonna like allude to her, like in the like reboot one, because I skipped over a bunch of issues in the reboot one because I was like, I don't need 100 issues of bullshit filler stories. Like the really problematic one with the pimp. That one was really bad. That one was really bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, free legal defense in a rad afterlife. That was her promise. Look, when you die, you can come chill out at my hell. But like, there's a lot of reality, so I don't know that you'll go to our hell. Because you could go to any reality hell if you die there. If you start reality traveling, she's like, "What? I can reality travel? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it." That was going to be an eventual thing where like Wish is like a reality traveling hero, where she's like to reality. She's not really like fighting things that happen in her world as much. And there was gonna, oh yeah, internalized transphobia. Future Wish was a bad guy, but like it was like one of those. It wasn't. She wasn't bad because she girl, but it was definitely someone. If someone made a YouTube video on like why Future Wish represents the creator's internalized transphobia, they wouldn't be wrong.
So you've pictured someone calling you out, and you're like, you know what? I agree. I'm glad I shut the fuck up.
I'm glad I shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, because
could make sense to me.
But yeah, it was basically just like Future Wish was like, Wish is immortal. Spoilers, I guess. The goddess people are immortal, so basically everyone she loves eventually dies, or most of them. So when they start dying, she starts going like more like authoritarian. So basically, she becomes an authoritarian leader. And to make a world that doesn't have any crime, which now I have leftist politics that would be like, the world wouldn't have crime if you just crushed capitalism. You don't need to be an authoritarian. But then I didn't know a system that wasn't capitalism. So I was like, what if I just controlled everything and made it where people didn't have to worry about food and stuff? But I was like, but authoritarianism is bad, so... And capitalism is good, so it's bad. But I do think it's not totally bad. That I want to remove that. But whatever, because... whatever.
The liberal capitalist writings of dictators tend to get a bit weird.
Yeah. I think I'm going to build the Temple of Artemis.
You do you.
By the way, we have been going for an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
Just letting you know in case you had anything you wanted to do. I know sometimes you have a hard time keeping track of time and you can't see your time, unlike me.
Yeah, I'm a bit drowsy, but I'm okay.
Okay, we can start wrapping up, We can we'll talk a little bit more and then end it.
Yeah, I've just been like, my brother's been like sick with something, and I haven't been getting sick. I've just been in that zone of like almost sick for like 5 days.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Just like, hang on, I'm okay. I just need like a bit of a nap, maybe. Can I get that as a prognosis doc?
Yeah.
Need a bit of a nap, maybe. That's what my doctor's notes said, actually.
Oh, look at me! I found an anti-nationalist story I made, where Wish beats up some hyper-American like superhero. She's like, no, she's not good, and I'm gonna beat her because she's doing bad things. American patriotism isn't actually that good.
Nice.
Yeah, I stand Artemis as well, Erica. I had a Battle of the Band story where Wish made a bunch of clones of herself to be a band, wishing the wishes. I had some that were just my fetishes, but like undercover. totally fine. Yeah. I think that's pretty much everything that I want to talk off the top of my head. But I'm super open to hearing what other folks want to know or hear. Any questions about Wish or anything else I've created. Any ideas you want to, like, things or like topics? Are you like wondering of like my 2000 and somethings, early 2010s, early 2010 opinions about topics? I can like see if I had a Wish story for that. I probably did if it was a topic of the day. I was worried that I wrote something anti-social justice, but then I looked at the document and it's pro-social justice. I was like, why did I write Wish Social Justice Warrior? I'm like, oh no, that's another name of another superhero. Metro, I had no topic. That was not a topic of discussion. I was past the time. I was well past that, and also I was writing about actual gay people already.
Yeah.
Even at the earliest time, like I was writing about gay people, like, and writing about the complexities of sexuality and stuff, even when I didn't really get it.
I mean, we got the complexities of sexualities from anecdotal experience.
From being on trans communities online all the time, but like I'm not trans. Me? What? I had a character that was just that I just listened to that song that's like, I'm a lover, I'm a midnight chaser, I play my music in the sun. I don't know why I like liked that song, that old song, and I just like came up with the dumbest fucking character. It was just like, my character's idea is that they're all the things that this person says they do. They're like a cowboy, they're a space cowboy, and they're the gangster of love.
I think you just like found the creative process of like how anime stand battles are written.
Basically, I accidentally did a JoJo. I've never read a JoJo.
We're gonna get like a 20-minute video from a JoJo fan of it. It's like, as you can see, this villain who's named after this is perfectly demonstrates this the arc of the song for the arc of the battle.
I've never played, at that point I had never played an Ace Attorney game. I had an Ace Attorney inspired chapter. Fake Geek Girl Alexis. There's something like a great engineer.
Yeah.
Or a great merchant. To keep my money going up, just really be money focused.
You could build a scientist and just hunker down on science points early.
Okay, I could do that.
Actually, yeah, I guess we got enough science, but...
well, we have more science now.
Alright, cool. We just have all the science. We're just going to steamroll them. It's fine. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I need peace with kicking their butts.
But yeah, I had an issue where the devil was Wish's lawyer, and she was suing Network and trying to prove that she did the thing she did. And she's like, no, they did it themselves. There's no proof. It's a mind control. And they were doing a legal battle. Oh my god, that one was a niche joke. All right, Alexis.
Huh?
It was like the conceited girl was based on one of my friends that were a girl that I didn't really like. It was like a friend, in quotes. And like she would always talk about how big her boobs are, and me and Frankie would always make fun of her because she was just like, it was like a comedic level of like, and Frankie has pretty big boobers, you know, but it's just like the amount of times that she would talk about her boobs was ridiculous.
Just this girl that you don't like very much. She's always talking about how big your girlfriend's boobs are.
Well, about her own boobs, but also,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
So she, so it was like she had like symbiote boobs that like made everyone else's boobs as big as her boobs. They're like a bit. It was like an like Little Shop of Horrors weird. I don't know how the fuck I was gonna make that into a comic. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. It was clearly not. I was not thinking when I made that. Is my proposition. I just saw it and it was so. I was just like, I have to say this because it's so fucking weird.
If you felt you had to say it, then I guess you had to say it.
Yes, I did. I had to say this weird idea, and that is not one of my fetishes. I'll make clear. If you can call me out on what I'm horny for, and I'll admit it. But that's not that. Oh, look at me. There's an anti-capitalist story here. Oh my god. This sounds like something I would write now, almost. Queen Corporate. She had she's a villain who basically is aware that, like, Wish is a comic book and is, like, trying to sell it to more people.
Oh, I remember contributing that to like, some sort of pitching with that, where she's like, I'm reworking the premise of this comic. It's not marketable enough.
Yeah, like, she's like, okay, so I think you're too many things at one time. Do we really need you to be one of those Latinos? What if they just made you white and then, like, does it? And then she's like, oh my god, what the fuck? Or, like, no more of her cast is white. It's not like she's white, but it's like, you have too many people of color in your story. Let's just make some more white.
She's just like, what if Deadpool, but the actual personality of a Marvel executive?
Yeah, exactly. She's Deadpool if the Marvel executive. And then she's like, okay, I get it. Like, after that one, I had like three Queen Corporate ideas. She's like, okay, so you're working for the Latina audience. I get it. You want that big Latina cast, so we're gonna make this a novella. And then it was gonna be a novella issue where she's like very like over dramatic Wish.
Oh my
where she
god!
Fights against Queen Corporate, but it's like, oh, ¿por qué? No, yes, please. And then the third one was Gritty Reboot. It's like, look, like, it's just not selling as well as it used to, Wish. You just gotta admit it. It's gonna be set in a future dystopia, and it's gonna sell so fucking good. So yeah, so that's the kind of, so like I can find, like, looking through these documents, like my like budding politics, my like budding trans fields, and it's really interesting just to have this like catalog, because I didn't keep diaries, but I did always write down my wish ideas when I had them. I would carry around a notebook, and I would always have my phone ready to like open a new doc so that I could just write down these docs. And so many of these ideas are just like a summary, like a couple of sentences. And it's like super fascinating, and it's really cool to be able to have like this like look into the kind of person I was for a really long time, and the person I became, and how it transitioned, and like looking at the timeline, because basically the releasing of Wish was kind of like the start of me being able to be Alexis. When I released Wish, I finally felt like I'd done this thing that had been like holding on top of me for so long. And I let that idea come out in the best way I knew how. And it was like 5 years in the making, or like ridiculous amount of time. It was a long time by the time it was getting published. And it was such a huge part of me. And while Wish may not exist anymore, since she's a loose self-insert, Wish is okay. Me is okay. I'm doing good. And
yeah.
Even her power set was basically like, I'm a creator. Like, she makes things with her ideas. So, like, and she made new world. Like, and basically her full power set was like, I can make new worlds, because that's like one of what the goddess people do. So yeah. I make new worlds, and oh my god, I just remembered something else about Wish that I hate.
Oh no.
I'm being all sentimental, and I'm like, oh yeah, didn't I have that like
Will it
Hey,
ruin the
listen.
wrap up though?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up. I won't talk about this. Um, yeah.
It's like I really love my work. It's so hang on
I mean,
before
I
we
don't think it
go.
was like the best thing I've ever made. In fact, I think it's probably the worst thing I've ever released.
I
Wish.
mean, only in the perspective of like perhaps it's like the first like big thing you made, and there's only like every time you make something, you just get better and better.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I don't think that Wish does a good job at showing who I am today, but I do think it shows some of the things I do in my writing and some of the things I
Yeah,
like care about and some of like. And again, if I rewrote it, I could like. I think Wish issue 1 works fine as a base
yeah,
for me to explore more ideas, but I don't have an artist and I don't intend to pay an artist to do the work. And I feel like it's too personal to really start doing stuff. And let's not do this turn. Let's just save.
yeah. Okay. This is a pit boss game, so we can pick this up later,
Yeah.
and it's saved.
Okay. Cool.
Exit main
And
menu.
I'll exit to main. I'll exit to Windows.
Don't you want to keep the? Okay. Want to just be a black screen on the stream though?
I'll put a picture there or something. There's the trans flags. It's okay. Can I put my face there, actually? I have a camera that's just my face. Here you go. It's me, bitches.
I can't see what the stream's seeing, but I'm sure it's beautiful.
So yeah, for trans rights, uh, and yeah, it's amazing, and I'm really happy I have this like history, and I hope that you all enjoyed hearing about it and hearing about the comics and the ideas and stuff. And if you want to read Wish, it's still up on the internet. You can go to Webtoon and search for Wish, and it'll be on the Discover stuff.
Yeah.
And I would love to do more streams where I just kind of talk about old ideas or talk about what I'm making and more like concepts, or even like a like fun challenge stream where like I come up with a story on stream based on suggestions from the stream people. Like talk about this issue and also a character like this. Or like a character with this power in this kind of setting with this issue, and be like, okay, can I make a story about that? Like a Mad Libs, but I make a real story out of it. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to talk about. I love being creative, and I love improvising, and I love sharing parts of myself. So hopefully, it's all entertaining. So thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube, you can hit subscribe. There's that little bell. You can smash it. Look at me. I'm doing all the plug stuff that you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You can hit a like, comment for that engagement. Please comment on my stuff. Reply to me on Twitter. Engagement matters. I'm not a capitalist, but I do think I'm better than a lot of people. Not at streaming, but like in general as a creator, and I deserve more views. So, I'll play the algorithm. Please engage with me. Reply to my comment. Reply to my tweets. Reply in the comments. Do the things that do engagement so that I can maybe get seen by more people and be able to afford food. That'd be neato.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed the stream, you can go ahead and go to patreon.com/Alexis Sarah, where you can support me. You can go ahead and hit subscribe to support Tracy, or go to patreon.com/Tracy Campbell. Eventually, you'll get some cool kinds of exclusive shit, maybe. And Sarah has some timed exclusive content and a couple of exclusive things, including, for now, I think that I might actually finally make it public because it's been like several months, an NSFW piece of Love Beyond the Holy Light, and some other stuff. So yeah, come and hit that subscribe, hit that follow. Hit them Twitter follows at Transcomics for me, at Minx Tracy for Tracy.
Yeah. I'll save my thoughts on reworking my things for next time.
Okay, we're gonna do a talking about Tracy stuff stream.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye. Love you, everyone. Bye bye.